Hello everyone, and welcome to Ink and Inspirations. I'm Lisa Brown, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and in this video I wanted to share how I created these little fabric flowers here on this Twitter painted card using the Twitter painted fabric and the Designer Series paper. Now these little fabric flowers are also known as yo-yos, and many of you may be familiar with it. I've seen complete bed coverlets made from these, and it's beautiful. But I thought that they would look really pretty on a card, so I thought I'd try it and show you how I did that very easily. Now I pre-cut my circles. Here they are, and I used the circles number 2 die, and I cut 3 of the largest circle here. Okay, you see you have 4 different sizes. I like this size for the yo-yos. This is a perfect size for your paper crafting projects, either your cards or your scrapbook pages, and it's easy to work with as well. So I was able to cut, and what I do is I cut a piece of fabric that covers just this circle here. You know, it's just, I just cut it out, don't measure it or anything, just as long as I know it's big enough to cover this circle. And I layered up the 3 pieces of fabric and ran it through the Big Shot, and it cut all 3 of them at the same time. Okay, so what I do next, and if you're doing this on a project that is going to be, like say you decide to make something that is going to be wearable, like you can connect them together and make a little pin, a little pail pin, or attach it to a garment, you might want to do this a different way that I'm going to show you for my paper crafting, and I'm going to tell you about that right now. First of all, you're going to start with I believe this is a darning needle. It's just one of the longer needles, okay, with a bigger eye, and I just threaded it with some white thread that I had in my craft room. Okay, now for projects like when the lady that was making the coverlet, she turned this edge down and stitched it with the edge down all the way around, and that made a really neat finish. Let me show you one I've done here. This one is like I'm going to show you today. It's got a little raw edge in the center, but you can do them neater, you know, and you can press it around and then sew it. But for paper crafting, I'm just going to show you the quick way to do it, quicker, and that it's not necessary to go that extra step. Okay, I'm going to take my needle, and I'm just going to make a gathering stitch, and what that is you're going to come about 1/8 of an inch or so from the edge, and just go in and out with your needle. And this is when it helps to have the long needle. Okay, and I'm just going around as far as I can go, gathering that gathering that fabric onto the needle. Okay, and now I have a knot at the end of my thread. I don't know if I told you that. And I'm going to pull that through. The knot is important because you want it to catch right there. Okay, then I'm going to continue on. And my stitches are, you know, they're not really uniform, but they're probably about every 1/4 of an inch maybe. I don't know, you can judge, you can see what I'm doing here and the in and out of the needle point, going around the edge. And my stitches probably aren't the exact distance from the edge all the way around, but that is, as long as you get it close, that's going to be good. Come in again. And, I mean, you can get to where you can do this very quickly, the in and out, and sometimes I just try to go as far as I can around until I get to the other side. And you see I'm at my knot, so I'm going to take it and pull it in. Okay, so what you do now is you have the knot on one end and you've gone all the way around. Take it and pull. You're just gathering it up. It makes a little ball like that, and then you press down in the center. You keep pulling tight. That's why that knot is so important. And you have little gathers. Isn't that cute? All the way around. Okay? Just like that. Alright? So then, what you're going to do is take your needle and thread, and I just kind of secure that center going through. I don't know if you can see that, just right through there, just to kind of knot it off a little bit. Do that a couple of times, and that catches that center. And you can see the raw edge there, but we're going to cover that up with a button, and it's not going to show. Okay, so there again, if you're doing this on a fabric, a wearable, or a home decor project, you may want to turn that edge under before you stitch around. Okay, so there that is. I'm going to get my scissors and trim off the thread, and I'm going to knot this up again because I'm going to show you how I put the button. My mother used to always be able to, and she probably still can, knot the end of her thread, her sewing thread, with one finger. I never could do that, and I've sewn pretty much since I was 18, and I'm over 50 now, so that's lots of years. Okay, now I'm just going to get a little button, try to find a little one here in my button stash. This is one from the Subtles Designer Collection, and I just put it like that through there, and I didn't want it in case I ever pulled it off or it ever fell off, or if I wanted to use this for something else. I didn't want to see the stitching through the back there, because you see the back is nice and clean and pretty. So I'm going to pull through here, come up through the button. Okay, whoops, see the knot, my knot must not be good enough. Pull it through, there we go. And then I'm going to go down and through. Just on the front side, I don't go all the way through to the back. Okay, and I'm going to do that just a couple of times. Now, of course, if you didn't want to do this, you could adhere this like with a couple of mini glue dots probably, or some crystal effects to make sure it sticks. But really adhering it with a needle and thread is the best way. Okay, so let me trim that off a little bit, and there you have a cute little yo-yo with a button, just like I did here on this card. Okay, so I hope you'll try that. In the Stampin' Up! Idea Book and Catalog, the big one, there are several, probably 6 to 8 different types of fabric, print fabric, plus we have the one in the Occasions Mini, which is this one, the Twitter Pated. If you have any questions, email me at lisa@inkandinspirations.com. Visit my website for more ideas, www.inkandinspiration.com, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.